Oh, hi. How's everybody doing? I didn't see you there. Uh, Today, I'm actually going to answer a question that I seen online, but I thought it was a great question. I wanted to answer it. And it's why choose HVAC as a career? And I also want to throw in some comments that I heard from somebody. I think it was on Facebook. But anyways, so why choose HVAC as a career? I think it's a great question. And in my case, um, I didn't choose HVAC. HVAC chose me. You can kind of say it that way because what happened with me is that I went to school for electronics, and a company came recruiting people. They recruited me, and they promised us, oh yeah, you're gonna have a great career, whatever. Ended up not being so, and I wasted 4 years there, which I'm not proud of. My wife had to end up kicking me and putting a fire in my butt, telling me that, hey, this is not cutting it. We're not making enough to pay the bills and and get all the other things that we wanted to, and we weren't even comfortable. So I opened up the yellow pages and I started on the A's. Get it? Air conditioning. I said, yeah, that sounds like fun, playing with the thermostat. That sounds pretty easy. I think I'll try that. Um, but little did I know, that's not what air conditioning and heating is about. It's not about playing with the thermostat. Much more involved in that. But anyways, back to the question. I ended up, yeah, I chose air conditioning and started as an apprentice, but that's another story. Number one, I wanted to say why choose HVAC. I would say if you love using tools. If you love using tools to fix stuff, this is a trade for you. This is a career for you because you get to use pretty much every tool: plumbing tools, electrical tools, HVAC tools, carpentry tools, all the tools, you get to use them. Low voltage tools, there's low voltage tools as well. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, I would say, if you love to make people happy. I do. I like to go into a house and the customer is worried because their system is not working, and then I leave and everything is working and my customer is smiling. That makes me happy, and they can't thank me enough, and that makes me more happy. And then when they call me back for, they move to a new house, or now they want an estimate, it makes me happy because that means that they trusted me, they liked my service, and they're gonna use me again. So if you love making people happy, that's certainly one way to go. So number three, I would say, if I wrote these down because I didn't want to forget. I thought about this, and I didn't just press record. Okay, so and now number three, I would say you're gonna learn a lot of useful skills. There's so many things that I had no idea of until I went into this trade. Your skill set is going to be increased significantly. If you're already in construction, then you already know some of what you're gonna learn. But honestly, until you go into air conditioning, you're gonna learn a little bit of everything else. Now, I know a lot of the guys that they do one thing only, and they do it a lot better than I do. For example, framers. Framer can frame circles around me. I'm not a framer, but I can more or less tell when I look at a wall if it's a load-bearing wall, and or a shear wall, or where I can frame, where I can put a double header and cut out my return or enlarge my attic access, stuff like that. It's a little bit, it's not enough to become a framer, but it's still a part of my skill set now, that I'll be able to do a lot of small little jobs, small plumbing jobs, small electrical jobs, stuff like that, which falls in line with reason number four, why you would want to choose HVAC as a career, which is it's gonna save you a lot of money. I can't tell you, one time when I had first started out in the air conditioning, I was just a helper in the installation department, but I had learned enough to where I was able to repipe my house. I was able to replace the hot and the cold water pipes. From galvanized, I switched them over to copper. And then I was able to replace the drains that were clogged. For example, the kitchen drain and the washer drain, those, they became clogged. I replaced them because they were the old galvanized pipes as well. So you're gonna save a lot of money. Other stuff too that needs to be done, like let's say for example you want to plug here or you want to light over there, you'll be able to do stuff like that from learning the HVAC career. Wiring low voltage, you want to put a Ring doorbell and hardwire it, stuff like that, you'll be able to do with confidence. Okay, so it'll save you money. That's reason number 4. Reason number 5, eventually you can become independent. You can become your own boss. You'll have more opportunities. I mean, you'll be able to, if you wanted to, you can go into sales, you go into management, so you can be like go into installation and become an installation manager, or you can go into service and become a service manager. Of course, I mean, you're not gonna jump into these positions. You would have to work hard for it. For example, probably the service department, you would have to go to the trade school, and maybe even take some business management classes, because I know a lot of these corporations now are like, they're really demanding more from their managers, things like that. I mean, you have the possibility to, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's an option that you can work towards. I would say reason number 6, you'll be able to make more money by volunteering to do more overtime, especially during extreme temperature times. When you have extreme heat or extreme cold, your boss is going to be pretty much, he's going around begging people to work for overtime, because a lot of people, they work. This is a hard job physically. I mean, it takes a while to get used to it. You will become used to it though, the physical work. It's incredible how much punishment you can take and just keep going. I remember working, late at night trying to finish a job, and your body, it just gets used to it. In the beginning, it takes its toll and it hurts, but once you get used to it, you're good. So yeah, during extreme temperatures, you'll be able to make a lot more money with this HVAC as a career, because you can also volunteer your time. Let your boss know, hey, I'm available. He's gonna love you. Number 7 is make friends. You'll be able to make friends. I consider many of my customers friends. Because I've known them for years now. I seen some of their kids grow up. They ask me about my kids. I consider them my friends. Sometimes we'll have long conversations. It's nice. Also, like your vendors, when you the supply houses, when you go there, a lot of those guys, you get to know them, and they talk about their family and stuff like that, and or other companies, the workers, when you guys meet there, you guys don't go there as rivals. You guys are all friends. You exchange information. Some of you exchange phone numbers to become friends. You help each other out on the field, like, hey, can you help me with this call, stuff like that. It's nice, to have you make a lot of friends. Okay, and then last but not least, there is a 13% growth that's expected as of I looked at this, actually, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I hope you can see that. But there is a much faster than the average. And the job outlook from 2018 to 2028, they're predicting 13% growth. So it's growing. I mean, also right here it says other stuff like median pay as of 2018 per year, 47,600, and then which they also break it down by hour, which is averaging about $22.89 per hour. Of course, it varies from state to state, but in California, cost of living being so high, I would say that's on the low end. Maybe that's like starter, close to like starter pay. Like if you're fresh out of school, you probably get $15-20, and then goes up from there depending on how quickly you learn. But definitely the growth is there. I know that there's LAUSD, for example, Los Angeles Unified School District. They're still looking for people. I applied, I passed the test, the written test, and then I was going to go to take the hands-on test, but I thought about it further because my situation at home, it would make my situation at home much more difficult because I have my 2 boys with severe autism. So I have to be home or be able to go home at the drop of a hat. And although I might upset a customer or two, I found that most of the time my customers are really, really nice about it. I'm sure they're not happy, but they're understanding and they're willing to reschedule with me. Even if, even if they get upset, but they ultimately they understand. And if I was working for another company, they might not tolerate that, at least not for very long. So that's but I know that for a fact that they are looking for people, because when I was there, it was very few people that passed that test. So that would be one of my recommendations. If you're a student and you're going into this, consider that as well, because LAUSD, I mean, they offer a lot of benefits. What can I say? And they can't find people. So if you want to work for a company, 13% says right here, 13% growth is expected, which is a lot. Might not sound like a lot, but it's a lot. Okay, so those are the reasons why I would choose HVAC as a career. I hope that this helped any of you who were considering this as a career. I hope that this might have helped you to decide. So I forgot to mention, somebody on Facebook had commented that they were going to school for heating and air conditioning, but felt like they hadn't learned anything. And so to that person, I believe I did respond to that person, but I wanted to bring it up also right here on this video, that if you're gonna go to school for this, as I was mentioning, for the service department, you're not gonna be able to just jump in as a manager or whatever. So you're gonna have to go to school. But if you're going to school, try to work part-time in a company. Maybe you won't be able to in a big company, but like a mom and pop, ask them like, hey, can I call you when I'm not in school, or when I know that I'm not going to be in school? Here's my hours that I'll be available if you need me, even if it's just to run parts. Can I just stick around and look around, and maybe if they're not too busy, ask a few questions. If you do that, not only are you going to be getting in good with the boss, so possibly when you're done with your school, you might even get a job right there. So I know that they commented in that, I think it was a Facebook comment, that one of the classmates, I think they didn't pass the class because they were off for like a week because they were working. Don't do that. But prioritize your school, and then see if you can just volunteer or just work. Especially like summertime and wintertime, they're gonna have more than enough work. So you want to volunteer to run parts, with the condition that if they're not too busy, they'll let you at least watch or ask a few questions about the work. I think that would be a great option. So I almost forgot to put that in there. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this information. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be notified every time I put a video out there. If you're watching me on Library, don't forget to tip. I'm just kidding, you don't have to tip, but if you want to, that's fine. I'm not gonna object. So until the next time, I'll see you guys later, and thank you for watching.